Hello and welcome to this video on Clickbanking, where we'll discuss Clickbanking in a bit more detail, especially how to find Clickbanking partners, because when you start Clickbanking, that's basically your traffic machine. It's going to kickstart your traffic into your funnel. And we touched on that briefly in the previous video where we looked at the numbers in detail. Okay, so at the moment I'm on one of the ClickBanking pages on Facebook, and there are quite a few ClickBanking communities or pages on Facebook with a lot of members where people arrange to ClickBank with each other. This particular group here, which I use a lot, one of the main groups for me, it has just over 4,500 members here, and you will be joining this group. You should see a join button here. As you can see, I'm already joined. Let's scroll down here. And this is where people basically leave testimonials for each other. And then you can obviously contact people and ask them if they can ClickBank with you. And throughout this video, I will show you the best way to approach that and find reputable ClickBanking partners. Just briefly on the terminology here, you can see the T1 here is 88%. T1 is essentially the countries with the most amount of money, or the more likely to spend more money. So the T1 traffic is considered more valuable. You can see the T1 countries here. There's probably one or two more countries that some people might consider T1 as well, but for all intents and purposes, these are the main T1 countries, all English-speaking countries here. Okay, so and generally speaking, in the industry, when you send someone traffic, you will send a minimum of 75% of that traffic will come from the T1, the Tier 1 countries. And that's easy to set up within the rotator or within your tracking software. It's just a setting to where it filters the Tier 1 traffic for you. So don't worry about that. We'll look at that in a bit more detail. But for now, just bear in mind, industry standard, we'll send a minimum of 75% at T1 traffic. The other thing as well, with ClickBanking, and with every aspect of life, there's people out there who are up to no good and basically will want to screw you. The ClickBanking communities on Facebook, some people I know are keeping blacklists of people who are up to no good or who are not reputable, not returning clicks or sending fake clicks to people. With that being said, never ever send first if somebody approaches you. So if some random person messages you on Facebook and wants to bank with you or click bank with you, and they ask you to send first, don't do it. Okay. So here we are back at this ClickBanking group here, and as I said, we're going to search live for reputable people. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're just going to scroll through this, and as I said, most people are genuine, with the exception of a small few. And generally, the people who are not reputable, they don't really hang around for that long, so they don't have a lot of activity within the groups. Okay, so we're looking mainly for people with activity within the group. So we just do this live now on how we would kind of find someone who's reputable. So we can see Rene Clement. This person has banked with him. See more. So this is a testimonial left by Ernest for his ClickBanking partner Rene, and that's generally what you do when you bank with someone. You leave a testimonial for them, and it basically just it gives a way to find uh, reputable people by leaving testimonials for people. So Ernesta has banked with Rene Clement. They agreed on 200 clicks. He received 201, which is a bit unusual because, as I said in the previous video, normally over delivery is around 10%. T1 traffic, as we discussed momentarily ago, is 86%, and he got an opt-in of 45%. And he's just left a comment there. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll take Rene's name here, and I'll just put it in here to see how active Rene is. Okay. So we can see he has banked with quite a few people here. T1 traffic is normally quite high from Rene. His opt-in rate is pretty good. And he seems to be somebody, and he's left some testimonials from people here as well. And then what I would do, he seems like a good person to approach. What I would do is I'll probably take one of the banking partners here. I'll take his name, and then I'll see how active he is. So this person seems to be pretty active. And a lot of the names you will see quite often. I've seen this name quite often. So the previous person, Rene, he seems like a good person to bank with, as I've said. He seems to be networking and banking with other people who have got a lot of activity as well. Yeah. This person as well could be a good person to bank with. Not really that difficult to find reputable banking partners, just looking at the opt-in rate and the T1 traffic. The other people they're banking with as well. This person is obviously doing a lot of click banking here. Just scroll back up. I've seen this name crop up a few times, so it's really just a matter of looking at who's click banking and who they're click banking with, and make sure that they've got some activity as well. Let's have a look here. I have banked with Tim before, I believe. Either that or I've bought some traffic off him, one or the other. He's a pretty good guy, yeah. Lots of activity there from Tim and Helly. Okay. There's another group as well, and then you might see some of the same names within the other group. Let's see Clickbanking testimonials here. Now, as I said before, people who are not genuine, they don't tend to stick around, so you won't see them a lot within the groups. And we can see Dennis, or Denas, again from the previous group, so he's really active. Tim again. I think Tim would be a really good person to approach. Let's just take Tim's name here, see how active he is within this particular group here. Has just over 3,000 members. I'm a member of this group as well. These are mainly the two groups that I use. I don't really use any other groups. Yeah, so this person's banked with Tim. You can see. Yeah. So we can see Tim and Howie are quite active. So that's what you're looking for. You're looking for people who are actively clickbanking. They've got a lot of activity, and you would send them a message. Let's have a look now at the type of message that you would send someone if you wanted to start clickbanking with them. So once I've done some research and I've found some reputable people on the Clickbanking groups on Facebook. I would compose a message which would be something like this. Hi, name. I am new to Clickbanking and searching for a new partner to build a good working relationship with. Don't be afraid to mention that you're new because everyone at one stage was new themselves. As I am new, I am happy to send first. This is important. Briefly mentioned this before. When you're approaching someone, you're going to send first because you're asking them. If somebody asks you, you don't send first. You never do. Okay? If somebody approaches you and asks to send first, then you need to be suspicious of that person. As I am new, I'm happy to send first. Over delivery will be 10%, and the T1 traffic will be a minimum of 75%. If you would like to bank with me, please send me your link, and I will try to, I will add it to my tracker. We'll discuss trackers and tracking rotators, everything in a later video. Also, please allow 10 to 14 days for delivery, although I will try to deliver as soon as possible. And they'll read that if they decide that they want to give you a shot. Then they'll message you with their link, which you will add into your tracker. One thing that's really important here is the time frame, 10 to 14 days. This really is up to you. What you're going to do is you're going to buy some solos. And when you buy the solos from the solo, and then they will give you a time frame as to when or how quickly they can deliver your solos. Generally speaking, compared to funnel clicks, solos are normally delivered within days. Sometimes that day, sometimes within 48 hours. Normally 3 to 4 days at the most. Solos would never normally take any more than a week to deliver solos. If they do, then you should be getting them at a reduced rate, less than 40 cents at least. So with the time frame we mentioned, 10 to 14 days, that will depend on when you think you can get traffic into your funnel based on the solo ad vendor. Be realistic with the time frame. Don't think, I'll be a really good clickbanking partner and get this done within 7 days or 3 or 4 days. Don't give unrealistic expectations because you're just going to get yourself in a hole. If it takes more than 10 to 14 days, if it's coming on to 10, 11, 12 days and there's no traffic yet, or the traffic's a bit slow, then just communicate with your clickbanking partner. It's not going to be a problem. Generally, everyone's really friendly. They'll have personal conversations with you. Just shoot them a quick mail to say, traffic's running a bit late. I'm sorry, I'll send you some extra clicks if you want, and then everything should be fine. So this time frame, it's totally up to you, but I would say around 10 to 14 days. And also in the beginning, when you start, we'll cover this in one of the videos near the end on how you're going to start your traffic machine. But you'll need at least, I would say, 4 to 5 clickbanking partners to begin with. And the reason why you would need at least 4 to 5 is because when we look at the thank you page after they opt in on the previous video, you want to have a number of offers within there. Because if you just have one clickbanking partner, every time they click on a link, they're going to see the same offer. And because it's coming from the same IP address, it might not actually be counted as a unique click. So therefore, it's better to have at least 4 or 5 different clickbanking partners to begin with, simply because if you have someone in your funnel and they're clicking the links a lot of times, you've got enough offers simply to go around for that person. Because as I said, clicks are valuable and we want to benefit from these clicks. Okay? So that's it for this clickbanking video and finding clickbanking partners. After you watch this video, I would recommend that you join the groups that I've mentioned. There are links to the videos within the presentation here, which you will have access to. Okay? See you on the next video.